Hi guys, my name is Annie and welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for stopping by once again. Today I'm going to be talking about temptations that we face in our daily lives, and how even as much as we can try to be more with God, it doesn't mean we're gonna have any less temptations than what we normally would. And we are always, every single day, we face temptations. As soon as we wake up, there's temptations, and from the moment you are going to sleep, there are temptations. And within our hearts and our knowledge of what God establishes as obviously good and bad, we know what's good and what's bad for us in our life. And temptation is there to always draw us away from God. And the more we are with God, the more we can feel that temptation trying to take us over. So I wanted to first start off with reminding you guys that God did send his son down, and Jesus went through temptations. Not only did he go through the temptations in the desert, but also if we look at Hebrews 4:15, it says, "For we do not have a high priest who is unable to sympathize with our weakness, but one who in every respect has been tempted as we are, yet without sin." And that Bible verse is specifically talking about Jesus, about how God didn't make himself just like an untouchable holy person that is just perfect in every single way, but he did also send his son down for us. And Jesus went through the same temptations that we go through and had direct temptations in his life, and yet he came as flesh of human, and yet didn't make a single sin and was still holy with God. And Jesus came down and faced temptation in human flesh, and he was directly being tempted by the devil in the 40 days that he was in the desert. Also, there's a lot of examples of people that have been tempted in the Bible. One of them is Daniel. So a lot of people feel know Daniel, the person, from being thrown into the den with the lions. But if we read the book of Daniel, I'm not planning to read the whole verse because it's pretty big, but it's Daniel 1:8-21, and it pretty much talks, or you can just read Daniel the whole chapter 1. It pretty much, to sum it up, it talks about how Daniel and other followers of Christ, they could not eat the royal food for holy reasons, and obviously the holy food was wine and meats and the most delicious things in the world. And Daniel, what he did was that he prayed before ever being tempted, and he asked God to allow him to pass for this temptation and allow him to be able to overcome this temptation before he even got faced with it. And I think that's a very good way that Daniel handled this situation, because I feel a lot of us don't ask for God's help until we have temptation looking straight at us in the face. We do not ask for God to be able to help us unless we are literally in that moment going through temptation and going through a difficult moment. And besides that, we sometimes don't ask God to help us. But Daniel gives us a great example of how first he asked God to help him before he even started this difficult task of not eating meats, but only drinking, I believe, just water, and he could only eat vegetables for 3 or 10 years. I think it was 3 years. 3 years. He only ate vegetables, while everybody else had meats and wines. But yeah, at the end of the day, God blessed him with having 10 times more wisdom than every other person in the kingdom, and he was blessed by the wisdom of God of literature. So this goes to prove that we need to pray for like the temptations we're gonna face before we even face them. Like when we wake up in the morning, we need to be ready to have everything that comes our way, especially everything that we see in our daily lives, at school, with friendships, with people that you see every day. There are temptations all around us, and it's just a matter of being able to say no, because they are there to draw us into what isn't good. And it's literally like a sheep dressed, a wolf dressed as a sheep, trying to tell us, oh, this is good, but it's actually like a bad thing. And asking God to help us with temptation and help us and free us from all evil is asking God to allow us to go through those temptations in life, as John 10:10 says that the thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. I come that they might have life and have it to the full. So this is saying that the thief, aka the devil, only comes to do destroying, killing, and stealing in our life. And it comes to steal us away from God, kill our real joy, and destroy our connection with God. And we don't see it at the moment because we think that those things please us, and they do, but at the moment, but they're not eternal things, while God gives us life, and he gives us a full life. So I just wanted to explain this to you guys in this video, because I know as a teenager especially, there's a lot of temptations that are seen every day within your own classes and classmates, and within your own life every day, through social media, through friendships, through school, through everything in our life has a way to in everything we do, the devil always tries to sneak in and tries to attract us to the things that are bad, and he tries to say this is good for you, like he pretty much did with Adam and Eve, even though God specifically told Eve to not, Adam and Eve to not eat from the fruit of life, but they had everything in the whole garden imaginable, and they decided to eat from the one fruit they couldn't. And the devil tempted her and said, this will give you full knowledge, and this will give you everything you ever wanted. But at the end of the day, it just made humanity what it is now. So I hope that every day we can face our temptations, and before we even face them, we can say no to them, because it's a lot harder to say no when they're right in front of you, when it's a lot harder to say no to something that is being offered to you at that exact moment. So before we start a day, before we do anything, just ask God to help us in temptations, and that our thoughts can be with God, and that the devil doesn't come to distract us in our thoughts and give us worries and give us any worrying thoughts, but that God can be in our minds and in our mindset and in our heart, and that every decision we make, we can make it with God. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please don't forget to subscribe and like, and I would love it if you guys could please comment down below what you guys want to hear about, because I'm gonna do videos that you guys would want to hear about. I don't know, I've done a lot of things in my like past videos, I've done like different Bible studies, I've done different topics, I've done a bunch of things. So I would love it if you guys would give me some feedback on what you guys like and what you want to see more of. If you would want to see like more different videos, like before like my first year that I started doing YouTube, I used to do like a Bible study thing, and then later that week I would do like a lifestyle video, and then I kind of stopped those because I started school, so it's been a bit hard to actually like do those, because those were all like back in quarantine and when I was doing online school. So hopefully I can like get back with you guys. So let me know what you guys want to watch, what you guys want to see more of, what you guys don't like, what you guys like, and what you think that God can help you with. And if you don't mind sharing what temptations you are faced with. I know that I am faced with temptations every day, especially in like my own friend groups and a lot of friendships that I used to have that like I've noticed that like weren't good for me. So I hope that you guys can have a wonderful week, and I'll see you guys later. Yeah, in another video.